Well, good morning to day 8 of our 10-day challenge. Go ahead and come onto your mat and come into a comfortable seat. Take a moment to close your eyes and just begin this process of guiding your attention inwards. And just simply notice, are there any physical sensations that you are aware of this morning? Are there any thoughts or emotions that you're aware of within your insides, within your internal environment? Remembering too that you can always skip anything that might not feel right for your body if you're working with an injury or if you're working with an area of stiffness or tightness where a posture just doesn't feel good. Feel free to skip it. And if you have any questions about what to do instead, feel free to leave a comment and I'll address it at the end. Then we'll take our palms together in front of the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up toward the ceiling. And just begin to reach up through one hand and up through the other side to side a few times, gently pulling down on your fingers. All right, and then release the hands, take them behind the back. Interlace your fingers there, squeeze your shoulder blades together, open up across your chest, and begin to turn your head from side to side. And then lift the chin up. And drop it down. Again, lifting up. And dropping down. All right, as you bring your head back up to center, go ahead and free the arms. Go ahead and now come onto your back. As you come onto your back, take your left knee into your chest. Just give it a squeeze. Move it a little bit from side to side, as well as rotate through your left ankle a few times in one direction, a few times the opposite way. All right, then move the rotation up into your left hip. So your hands release out of the way, and then your left knee draws a big circle. And then change directions. All right, so the next time that your left knee comes into your chest, go ahead and catch it again. Pick your head up and bring your forehead toward your knee. And then as you release your head, take the left knee over toward the floor on the right. So you're rolling fully onto your right hip, so your hips are stacked. And then take your left arm back over to the left. Now, if either your left arm or your left knee would like some support, feel free to put a block or another soft prop underneath the left knee or left arm. As you take a few rounds of breath here, let yourself relax into the shape. All right, after you release your next breath, slowly bring that left knee back to center. But go ahead and keep the knee bent and then drop the left knee out to the side. So it's just going out to the opposite side. Left foot is on the inside of your right thigh. And then your arms just rest wherever it's comfortable for your body. Just allowing that left leg to be heavy for another breath or two. And now as you bend your right knee, walk your foot in. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Bring the legs into the chest, reaching through for that right leg, and rock a bit side to side. All right, we'll take our hands behind the right knee, right leg straightens up. Start to reach up through your heel as you actively pull your toes down. And then point the toes up, stretching the top of the foot, the front of the ankle, up into the shin. Again, reach your heel up, pull your toes down. And once more, point the toes. So as that right foot and ankle relax, straighten your left leg up to join it. So you've got your left ankle on top. And then interlace your fingers, take your hands behind your head. Head and elbows rest on the floor. And then as you inhale, begin to slowly lower your legs toward the floor. Try to keep the legs straight. Lower them as far as is comfortable and possible. And then when you're ready to exhale, pull your legs back up. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. And then 1 more. All right, release the feet down to the floor. Gently sway your knees from side to side. All right, straighten out your left leg. Take your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Move it a bit from side to side, as well as start to rotate through your right ankle. A couple of times in one direction, a couple of times the opposite way. All right, and then shift the rotation into your right hip. As you release your arms out of the way, the right knee starts to draw a big circle in space. All right, change directions. All right, so the next time your right knee comes into your chest, catch your leg, pick your head up, forehead toward the knee, take a breath. And releasing your head to the floor, take the right knee over toward the floor on the left. Again, you're just rolling onto your left hip and then send your right arm back over to the right. And again, if your right knee or right arm would like support underneath it, if they're not touching the floor, maybe a block or a pillow or a soft prop of some kind, and simply breathe, relaxing into the shape. All right, after you release your next breath, slowly guide that right knee back through center. Keeping the knee bent, drop it out to the side so the right foot is on the inside of your left thigh. And just pause there for a few breaths. All right, and then let your left knee bend, walk the foot in, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, guide the legs into the chest, reach through for the left leg, and rock side to side. All right, take your hands behind your left knee so you're able to straighten your left leg up. Begin to reach up through the heel as you actively pull the toes down. And then point the toes up, stretching the top of the foot, the front of the ankle, up into the shin. Again, reach the heel up, pull the toes down. And once more, point the toes. All right, so as you relax that left foot and ankle, straighten the right leg up to join it. So right ankle is on top. Interlace the fingers behind the head, but head and elbows are resting on the floor. And then as you inhale, begin to slowly lower the legs toward the floor, trying to keep them as straight as they're able to be. And then as you exhale, pull your legs back up. And twice more. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. And then one more. All right, as you uncross your legs, feet come down to the floor. And again, sway the knees from side to side. All right, release your hands from behind your head. Take both knees in toward your chest. Let the hands come behind the knees. And then you'll give your feet a little kick. So you start to rock forward and back along the length of your spine. So you're rocking up and pausing and then rocking back. All right, one of the next times that you rock up, go ahead and pause in this lifted position. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders. Now, a couple options here for what you can do with your legs. You can just keep holding them like this. You could start to straighten your legs. You might start to reach your hands toward your feet. Keep lifting the chest, especially if when you lift your legs, your heart kind of sinks back. Keep the chest lifted, even if it means the knees need to be bent. All right, 2 more breaths. All right, then as you release your feet, now we'll come on to hands and knees. As we come to hands and knees, hands are about shoulder distance apart, knees about hip distance apart. And with your inhale, let the belly drop, lifting your head and your tail. With your exhale, tuck the tail around the back, chin toward the chest. Again, with your inhale, belly drops, head and tail lift up. Exhale as you tuck and round. And then one more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. So as you bring your torso back to neutral, we'll drop down onto our elbows. So now elbows are underneath the shoulders. Interlace your fingers and then begin to press down through your forearms so you start to feel your shoulders engage. Then we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, drop the head into the space between your arms so that your hips are up into the air. Head is either not touching the floor, or if it is touching the floor, just very, very lightly. You want the weight in your forearms as you press down into them. Maintain that sense of strength and connection with the floor. Relax the facial muscles, the jaw. All right, and then release down to your knees. Come back up onto your hands. And then we'll take our knees together, reach the left leg back in space, and just lift it up about the same height as your torso. And then we'll take the right arm forward. And then right hand out to the side. Right hand to low back. And then back out to the side. And forward. And then repeat that out to the side, low back, out to the side, and forward. Now, as you take your right hand down to the floor, cross your left leg over the right leg, dropping the toes, and then curve the spine to the right. So you're peeking back at your left foot. Sensing all the way up the left side of the body. All right, bring the torso back to neutral. Take your left leg out to the side. So it's directly out from your hip. Walk your hands in, lifting the torso up. Now we'll let this left hand come down to rest on the left leg, and then sweep the right arm up and over. As you're reaching with your right hand, just start to squeeze and release the fingers, as well as rotate through your wrist a couple of times each way. All right, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale the hands back to the floor. Take the legs back together. This time we'll reach the right leg back in space. Lift it up about the height of your torso. And then when you're ready, take your left arm forward. And then left hand out to the side. Left hand to low back. And back out to the side. And forward. And then repeat that out to the side. Low back. Back out to the side. And forward. And now down to the floor as you cross your right leg over your left leg, drop your toes. Curve the spine to the left, so you're peeking back now at your right foot. Sensing all the way up the right side of the body. All right, as you bring your torso back to neutral, pick the right leg up, step it all the way out to the right side, so directly out from your hip. Walk your hands in to lift up. Right hand comes to rest on the right leg, and then sweep your left arm up and over. And as you reach with that left hand, just begin to squeeze and release the fingers, as well as rotate through the wrist. All right, then with your inhale, lift up. And with your exhale, hands come back to the floor. Bring the legs back together. All right, so we'll come into our seated position. Do a little bit of breathing practice here. All right, so as you come into a comfortable seat, we'll start with Kapalabhati. Remembering that that is the forceful exhale out your nose, just like you're blowing your nose. Remembering too that as you do that, you're contracting your abdominals. Not necessarily consciously doing it, but that is the action that's happening to send breath up and out. And then your inhalation, you're just relaxing that contraction so that breath comes back in. Remembering too that if you start to get lightheaded, just slow down or stop, take a few natural breaths, and then start again. So sitting up nice and tall, guide your attention to your belly, and let's begin. Now, as you release control of the breath, feel the body come back into a natural, easy pace and volume of breath, unrestricted. Let any of the muscles of your face, your neck, your chest, your belly that might have been contracting during that breathing practice, the chance now to fully relax. So just take a few natural, easy breaths as you soften into awareness of the energy that you're made of. All right, so we'll do one more round just like that. This first round was a little over a minute. I think it was probably about a minute and a half. We'll do just about that long again. So sit up nice and tall. Take your attention to your belly, and let's begin. Again, releasing control of the breath. Let the body resume its natural, easy pace and volume of breath. Relax your facial muscles, your jaw, any of the accessory muscles that might have been assisting that breathing practice. Let them now soften with a few deep breaths. All right, so our final breathing practice will be alternate nostril breathing. So using your right hand, take your peace fingers, so your index and middle fingers, in toward your palm so that you have your thumb and your ring finger to block your nostrils. So thumb goes on the right nostril and ring finger goes on the left nostril. All right, so just start with that right thumb on your right nostril. And then inhale through your left side. Close off the left, open the right, and exhale. Now inhale right. Close it off, open the left, exhale. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 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 And now release your hand down and just take a few natural, easy breaths through both nostrils at whatever speed the body needs. And as you're inhaling, notice and feel yourself expanding outwards from your center in all directions. Behind you, in front of you, on either side, but also above and below you so that you're expanding in all directions. And then as you're exhaling, feel yourself draw back into your sense of self or your center. Each time you inhale, feel yourself growing, expanding, reaching out into the environment. Each time you exhale, draw back in. Land. Sense your connection with the surfaces that you're touching, with the earth. And take just a few more rounds of breath in this way. Expansive inhalations, grounded and steady exhalations. All right, when you're ready, join your palms in front of your heart, and we'll bow to the light within ourselves as well as each other. Thank you again for practicing with me on day 8 of our 10-day challenge. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.